nice. Good morning, my friends. The plan for today is a rest day. Let's go and visit Jiuzhaigo Valley. Alright, I just had a breakfast with my friends across the street. They gave me a secret map to Jiuzhaigo routes and they explained to me how the day would look like. So let's go. Hello my friend, I am on the way to Jiuzhaigo mountain, Jiuzhaigo Valley, and look what I have with me. Thank you very much for your priceless gift. I really appreciate it. It is a little cloudy today, but the bosses I asked, the friends I met from last night, and also the owner of my accommodation, they all say that the weather is perfect for this cloudy, misty. It adds mystery to the experience, I guess. So anyway, looking forward to discovering what lies inside and having a day off, really, right? Just a bit of a relaxation. I can take buses many times, as many as I want. There's multiple points of interest inside, and basically you can spend the whole day. I'm armed with a bunch of things, a bunch of snacks and drinks, so I don't have to buy anything expensive inside. So it should be a nice day. The ticket costs 280 yuan. That's about 35 euros. It hurts a little bit, but hopefully it will be worthwhile. And judging by the amount of people that I have seen yesterday and probably today, it's a one-time experience, worthwhile for sure. So that's what I'm going to do, and let's see how it will go. Here we go. Let's take a look at what the writing says. I hope you can read it. Yes, you can pause and read it. We were here yesterday. Now we are coming as a regular, friendly, enthusiastic, excited tourist. One of many, and I think this is just the beginning. The day is going to get more and more excited. You can see that there's groups forming, red hats. I'm not one of them. But anyway, it should be something fun. I have internet, it seems to be working. I have a power bank. I think these are the buses, the green buses over there, that I can take. They pass all the time. You can take them infinite times. If it starts to rain, I can just go inside one and stay there. So anyway, it should be a fun day off. I look forward to it. The only problem is I didn't bring my passport with me. I have photos. I hope it will be enough. I hope it will be enough. It usually is, you know. It should be enough. Hello my friend, I'm about to get in. These buses look very nice. For once at last I will not have to be the one driving. I'll be driven around. Nice. Alright, I just passed the area with my passport number, no problem. And we're getting into the bus. Let's enjoy the day.
上行的过程当中一般是不会停车的，如果你们想在中途下就直接说。然后待会儿具体是去长海还是说鱼儿森林，需要到洛日朗中心站之后听这个景区调度的安排啊。大家在车上呢抓好扶稳，拉好扶手。
I confirm I don't understand anything, but anyway, it should be fine still. The color of the river is impressive. I think it's truly pristine. The water, yellow, bluish, but it's absolutely transparent. I think it's magical. It's one of the features of this place, that it's so pristine. The color of the water is truly mesmerizing. Emerald, jade, bluish mix. It's a little tricky to navigate, it's an enormous place. So I'll have to find a way. I feel like a lost tourist right now. Basically, a little by mistake, I ended up staying in the bus all the way to the last stop. I think it's also one of the way to do this. Lots of other people are doing that. But yeah, I think I'll just get another bus down enjoy a bit the environment from the bus and the comfort of the bus. You can walk around here. This is a primeval forest. Beautiful. But yeah, I'm not exactly on my own, not much of a discovery today. The shouts of commercial tourism are in the air. There's some snow in the mountain up there. Oh no, this is just rocks. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm gonna do a short walk through the forest. I think this is the way to another bus stop, and it's about 1 kilometer long, so I have to breathe in the sweet air. That is true. So as you saw on the screen, my query to Duobao, Chinese AI, this is a World Heritage Site. It's a pristine alpine environment. It's very clean, probably among the cleanest in China, if not in the world. It's part of why it's so expensive to enter. And as a result, the air here is almost intoxicating, you know. You breathe in and your mind gets affected. It's intense. The level of oxygen, you know, the forest, nature here is at its best. The buses, of course, are electric. They're both environmentally friendly as well as silent. Shuttle stop 120 meters. Oh, that's a short walk. That's a nice spot to camp. If only I had the chance. So it's a restricted area. You cannot camp here on your own. You cannot come with a motorcycle. Kiss of the stinging nettle. Perennial herbaceous plant that grows in clusters in a reversion forest. Okay, that's Japanese. Stinging nettle. Fighting poison with poison. Can you read this? You can stop. Take a look. What was I saying? Yes, so yes. You cannot be here on your own. I hope you can read that. This is a guided tour. Dominant clan of the high mountain. I hope you can read it from a little further. Young trees. Virgin forest giants. 2,000, 3,000. I was saying that unfortunately you cannot be here on your own. It's restricted, but also makes sense, right? Because otherwise there will be many people doing that. At the same time, I heard that there is a village inside here where local population lives, and they have the right to drive their cars, motorcycles, you know, they can commute. It's an exception for them. You can stay with them. You can spend the night at one of their accommodations. It's not official, it's not regulated, might be illegal, and it's significantly more expensive than other accommodation options. It's just special, right? If you have the chance, might be worthwhile to do. But it's not my plan today. It couldn't have been anyway, because I have my motorcycle, I have all the bags. I left my things in the hotel from last night, uploading videos, because it's a struggle. I make them too big. The quality is too good, I guess. So maybe I've reached the limit of what is sustainable, and I might need to drop it down a notch. But we'll see. I think this is the bus stop over here. Yeah, I mean, I like walking, but it's very far. Bambusi direction by bus point. I'm just very far from. You cannot walk everywhere. If I had maybe roller skates or something like that. Oh, that would be a cool way to do that, actually. Or skateboard. Oh, I didn't think about it. Probably illegal also, but that would be very cool if I could just go down with a skateboard. Or just, you know, on your shoes, you have these rollers that are integrated. I think that would be very cool. There's a lot of people walking by the lake. It's beautiful, but it's nothing extraordinary from what I'm seeing now. I've been able to find places that I consider more special on my own, by myself, than this. But I still haven't seen the best places. So we are on our way to the first one, then second, then third, then fourth, then some walking, and then it should be a day. Should be a call it a day. On our way. As someone who thrives on the ability to do things on my own, to be alone and independent and free to choose and to decide, this does not make me particularly happy. This experience. If the contrary, it reminds me of why I appreciate the things that I do and why I tend to avoid touristy places. This, from what I know, is supposed to be the most beautiful lake. You can see that the water is truly pristine, very clean, and I think it's relatively deep, deeper than it looks. But you can't get close. There's limitations to what you can do, which is also not ideal. I prize freedom and liberty to act, and you don't have exactly that here. At the same time, I give it that the water is pristine. That's partially how you achieve that, right? You have to bar people from going there, you know, swimming inside or throwing things. I think there's a big fine for that, but that's how you create this. You have rotting trees on the bottom, and yet the water is completely clear. This is known as the 5 Flowers Lake. Today there seems to be 0 flowers. That's what it's known for. I'm gonna have I think 1 or 2 hours walk from here, downhill, downstream, by the plank road. There's a waterfall further down. So that's what I reached as a conclusion on how to navigate this environment. Just squeeze in. This water is probably drinkable. I doubt there's any cattle in these mountains because, you know, considering how limited human activity is. So the water is probably drinkable. That is, if you can get close to it. Yeah, it's quite beautiful. The pristineness of the lake is magnificent. At the same time, there is a smell of, you know, decomposition. I guess it's natural, but yeah, it adds a little bit of authenticity to the experience. Take a shot. And there you go, 5 Flower Lake. You can see UNESCO World Heritage, 5A area, Marine Biosphere Program, and this is the description. It's very beautiful. We are at almost 2.5 1,000 meters elevation. It's not very high, and that's how the lake formed. There used to be a glacier here, and you have all these shades of green and blue mixing together to form this color. I think if it's sunny it will be more colorful, but it's still okay. Let me show you a little bit. It's dark blue inside, navy blue around here, brown. I think it should be much more colorful with the sun. There's almost a bit of sun showing up, but not quite. Five Flower Lake. Let's go and take a look at the description over there. Okay, this is the same. It's the same description. Beautiful. Amazing to discover a place like this when I travel with the motorcycle and have some picnic, have one of my picnics by it. I really look forward to that, and I'm sure it will happen. I'm sure it will happen. We have some incredible landscapes ahead in China and in Central Asia, so I very much look forward to that. I'll keep an eye. Here you also have a good example of the contrasts in colors inside the water. You know, the bright blue, the dark blue, some brown. I don't see the yellowish part, it was in the description, maybe here near the coast. But it's beautiful. And yeah, the clarity. Oh, there's some fish over there. I don't know if you can see it. Some small fish. Naturally, makes sense. Oh, there's quite a few of them. There's quite a few fish. That's pretty nice. Look at that. Look how many. Oh, imagine being a fish here. What a privilege. What a privilege to be a fish in this beautiful lake. I think the colors are becoming even more prominent as I come on this side. Look at that. Wow. Look at yeah, this is quite beautiful. There is the yellowish part here, and there you have this magical blue. That is quite special. I think the camera does not make it justice, but it's beautiful. And I think it's a few meters deep, at least. It's probably deeper than it looks. The sign said 9 meters, probably somewhere in the center. I don't think this is 9 meters, but a couple, 2, 3, 4. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. There's no doubt about it, of course. Question is, yeah, this is deeper here. Question is whether it's worth the cost. But if you have money, and if you have nothing to spend them on, rarely happens in life, but that's a good option. Thing is, you have in other countries, for sure as well, but probably in China, you have places like this that are free to visit, right? Just hidden spots, maybe nobody knows about, or just remote. Oh, that's a deep lake. I think this is quite deep. But you have places like this that you can swim in, you can enjoy, right? If you go on Instagram, I'm sure you can find a million videos precisely of blue lakes like this. Oh, I think this is very deep. I think this is deeper than... Wow, that's pretty cool. And the fallen trees, it's quite magical. Yeah, and the colors are amazing. That's true. That's true. But yeah, it must be a very special experience to go on a hike somewhere and you discover a place like this on your own. Do you think it's possible What conditions need to be met to have a lake like this with these colors? Preserved like that, as clean as this. Is it impossible to have unless there's strict protection in place? That's a cute girl. Is it impossible? I wonder, because this is special, this is truly special. It's not every lake. It's not every lake like this, for sure. I think you can drink the water probably from the lake straight. For sure, if it was a survival situation, you can, right? I mean, you can drink worse water than this. You'll be fine. You should be fine. Oh wow. Let me take a look at this. Look at that. The reflection is a little unpleasant, but the colors are so deep. Why is it so blue? Why is it so blue? Is it the sky? That's not the sky, because the sky is gray. So turquoise. Turquoise. Of course it's possible, right? To find places like this without any special conditions. You have ocean places, right? You have sea coasts, lagunas, where you can dive in similar looking environments. I've never done that. I have very limited experience when it comes to seas, oceans, water in general, diving. Never really done that. But I've seen some videos, and from what I know, there's there is a lot possible. This road over there is closed. I guess we go this way. And that's how you create this environment. And it's a plastic bag, something plastic in the river, and he's trying to take it out. Oh, it's yours. Okay. That's her hat. Everybody wins. She cleans the river, she gets her hat back. Win-win. It's a beautiful place, it's a beautiful day as well. It's not sunny. If it was sunny, it would be quite hot, I think. So now it's actually perfect to walk around. And I mean, it's a very crowded area now, despite the 35 or so euros cost. If you made this area free, I mean, at the same time, do you think it will be different? Because I suspect it might also auto-regulate. If it becomes extremely crowded when it's free, people will know and they will not come, and then it might auto-regulate to a point where, you know, it's not that crowded. Is that not the case? I think the first thing that will happen is that the environment will degrade, right? That's the main problem. Without regulations, we humans tend to be a little unruly in our behavior. And hey, I'm often an example of that. Hopefully not in terrible ways, but I admit it. I share the guilt. But I still believe that you can be like that and be respectful, protect the environment, and not do stupid things. It's a limit. It's a thin line between the two, but yeah, there are ways. See, these guys have brought themselves some food, picnic. Very natural, very understandable. I have some food with me as well. It's a very beautiful environment to just sit down somewhere and have some snacks, drink some water. Understandable. Problem is, what will happen, whether deliberately or not? 1,000 people do this every day. one or two will drop something off. A plastic bag or a bottle will fall in the river, and then another one, and then 100 days from now there will be 100 or 200 of them, right? Even if people try, things happen. But it can happen also today, so if you can bring food, yeah, I don't know. I guess the best part is to discover places like this that are very remote, so they're just hard to reach, and people don't go there because it's difficult, and it's only for the most dedicated. So instead of paying a ticket price, you put an effort, an extra effort. I think this is what I am more fan of. You know, you deserve your reward. You earn it at the end of a long hike, a big climb, or some risk that you take, and then you experience something that few others are willing to do. The other way is to buy your way into it. Nowadays you can buy your way up the Mount of Everest, right? Which, yeah, I think the spirit of the pioneers is long gone by now. Anyway, maybe I'm saying nonsense. Maybe I'm making nonsense. So, just some thoughts. If you have an entire forest area here growing out of the water, and you have some deep sections that are also equally transparent. This reminds me a bit of the mangrove forest, except it's sweet water mangrove. I don't really know if that's the right way to put it, but you can see all these plants growing literally from the water. And this is probably one of the waterfalls that I wanted to visit. Maybe there's more on the other side. Let's see. Let me take a short video of myself as well around here. Quite special. It is quite special. It's beautiful. And the sun is out. Look at that. We have some sun. Wow. Makes it that much more beautiful. I think it's even more majestic from further down. So from here you can see over there, and this is the main waterfall, and then you can see the section over here as well. That's pretty cool. I think the rocks are simple sandy formation and just carved by the water. There's some cave-like structures here and there. That's pretty cool. I would love to be able to explore this on my own, you know, to go around the rocks, maybe go to the cave over there. Maybe we can find a place like this during our travel on our own. That will be amazing. Likely will not be able to get there with a motorcycle, so it might take a little more effort than that. But I like that spirit of exploration. If I hear a rumor, if somebody tells me there's something somewhere, maybe I can direct my journey towards it. We'll see. We'll see. Look, there's some caves over there. I think that's a proper cave. Looks like the perfect place to Burshol waterfall, 2,400 meters, 2100 high. Calcification. Crescent moon concavity has formed behind the face of the waterfall. The water plunging in the water presents amazing spell of a ear-shattering roar. Not that much of a roar right now. I guess there's more water. Yeah, there you go. You can see it frozen. And you can see more water. Yeah, I guess when the snow starts to melt. Natural oxygen bar. Extremely rich in negative ions containing oxygen. The air here is extremely rich. Okay, let's recharge our negative ion. It's a nice spot, yeah, and I'm sure it can get more thundery than this. Where do I go next? I have 2 more spots that I believe are special to visit. There's more for sure, but you have to prioritize. So, yeah, anyway. Keeps on going. The waterfall starting from over there, continuing over here, and it keeps on going. I'm trying not to be an annoying tourist. It's not that easy, so I will not judge. That's a cool spot. I guess this cannot be not protected, right? Bad things are bound to happen. This environment will degrade if people stop preserving it deliberately. From other people, right? It's probably been like this for thousands of years, for millions of years on its own, but human activity, I think we are very creative destroyers. So if we were allowed to be here on our own with no restrictions whatsoever, we would find a way to make bad things happen. But this is a very cynical view, and on the contrary, there's some incredible places that are maintained by locals, volunteers, local communities, deep in the Amazon, deep in the Andes, Papua New Guinea, in the Congo, many places where the local societies, they live side by side with nature and they preserve it, right? So I wish to believe that this is the more human way of being, and that the rest is just bad byproducts of our human nature. But anyway, I'm starting to talk nonsense, so forgive me for that. Let's keep walking. There you go. People are indulging themselves in a bit of snacks, a bit of energy for the hike. It's a long day for everybody. I will be doing that at some point as well, but I kind of want to find myself a more special place for that. Or maybe it's because I'm not very hungry yet. I've gotten used to the riding mode. Basically, I don't eat all day, so yeah, let's just do a quick pit stop. By the way, one more thing. Look how the toilets here work. I think there's no water-based system. It's just basically small bags that collect your waste, and that's how you maintain the environment pristine. That's some nice attention to detail. It's beautiful to read. Just pause it and you can take a look. This is something new that I didn't know. Read. This is what photon sites are, and these are the negative ions. Okay, I learned something new. See signs of some ancient trails up stone by the river. Now it's all these wooden paths, wooden planks. I think I would prefer the stone if I had a choice. It's pretty cool. Giant panda's favorite. Okay, this is bamboo. You can see it. Slippery bamboo. It is the main food source of the national treasure giant pandas. Okay. I don't think I've seen any giant pandas today, but this is also cool. The giant pandas in the plant kingdom. Okay. 2.5 million unique tree species in China and a first-class national protected plant destination. Relict tree species left over from the Quaternary Ice Age. 2.5 million years on the Earth. Red succulent aerial. Only attract people to stop and watch, but also attract animals to eat for seed dispersal. Okay, so you can eat that. Jiuzhaigo. Okay. That's a nice spot. Although like this in the sun, I don't like it very much. I'm still looking for a bus stop to my next destination, but Jiuzhaigo village. Maybe we can go there. Let's try. I have a feeling that this last section of what was supposed to be one of today's highlights is going to be somewhat of a disappointment, because there's a lake, a pond that I'm walking towards, and I think I saw it from the bus that it was completely dry. There was no water, so this could be the case now. We'll see. Yeah, I think if the lake was full, it would be drastically a different sight. It would be much deeper, much more intense color, and much more beautiful. But now it's just quite empty, right? So not much to see. The moment you jump in that water, it stops being pristine, right? So yeah. Okay. Mirror Lake parking, Mirror Lake. I don't know what Mirror Lake is, but this should be the path that goes around the big lake, which is should be starting just over there. I don't know why I didn't see a sign for it. I think it's a very special place. Anyway, let's see. I found this very nice spot over here, so I'll just have some snacks, enjoy the view of the lake and the mountain up there. Snow is all the clouds and the sun at the same time. I think this is probably the idyllic conditions that you can have to visit, or to at least be here right now at this place in this moment. That's pretty nice. Let's have some good rest and enjoy. I think this is going to be the conclusion of my journey today. This lake, this descent from the lake towards the bus stop, and I am enjoying this moment. It's quite beautiful. With the sun in the sky, the water is really beautiful. I can see the yellow, I can see the green. It's quite magical, this spot here. This is my highlight of today. This particular spot. Goes to the left, that's where we'll be going in a bit. I'm still enjoying my food. But yeah, the sun is in the sky. And it's a special moment. I enjoy it very much. I think it's time to get going. It's a truly beautiful spot. Look at the water. I'll continue on this way. There's something very nice, very pleasant about the feeling of throwing things away, getting rid of things you don't need. So I can't wait to throw this trash bag away. I feel lighter. Ham sausage. We call this in Bulgaria papur. Funny. This is a duck section. That's a cool spot. It's one of the characteristics, one of the signature environments in Jiuzhaigo Valley. It's river, lake, forest, everything in one. These guys are photo shooting. Special place. Really nice. I'm not sure who is enjoying this more, the girl or the goat. They seem to be very much into each other. What do you think about this experience? Did you enjoy at least a fraction of it? I think some of the views were nice, and I hope the quality of the camera is okay as well. I'm sorry about the quality of the commentary. What can we do? We're doing what we can. So that concludes it. I am on my way out, and I'm just looking forward to getting to my room and trying to fix things, plan the day for tomorrow. I need to see my route for tomorrow. Tomorrow I will continue with my motorcycle. And yeah, there's some things I need to think about. So that is the plan for the rest of the day. With this, Jiuzhaigo is concluded. I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, well, I am in the car back to the hotel, and I look forward to arriving. Just getting a bit of privacy, a bit of you know, I like my environment. I like to be on my own and do my things. So I have some work to do. So on the way. Okay. No problem. Okay, no problem. I'm waiting for the ticket. It will be done in a second. Very quick, very efficient. I think you even have a machine over there. There's no queues. Very well organized. She's filling in my information from the passport.
他是要买一个90块钱的观光车一个费用。哎，好，行。就是要微信扫码，然后微信或者支付宝扫码购票。
Show your passport picture check ticket. 哦，骰子不一样。Show your passport
Okay,
picture check.
finished? Okay, thank you. 谢谢. Alright, so you see, I just show my passport picture now. That's so useful to be able to do that because I used to carry my passport around and scan it like several times a day sometimes, so I can get into the buses, I can get into the trains, and it can break your passport, you know, it can ruin your passport if you do it too long, too many times. So now I have my passport tucked in. I'm not showing it anymore, and I'm just using a picture, and they accept it. Not everywhere. It's a little, you know, some places they have a scan place, and if you don't show your passport, you have to kind of ask for them to manually enter your information. Hello. I'm making a small video. Bye bye. So I think that's where we're going. Let's entrance for combined tickets. I am a combined ticket. So let's go. Should be very well organized. And because it's a very popular place in China, you need that. There's no other way. And that's why motorcycles are not allowed. There's just no other way. It will be flooded by motorcyclists otherwise. People like me. And nobody wants that, right? Yeah, let's go. Very full. Lots of people. Okay. Okay. There's no perfect way to do this. This was recommended as the best lake to visit. When you think about it, if 1,000 people get the same recommendation, they all come here, and I think suddenly the other empty lakes become the best. There's quite a number of lakes around here. Look at this, look how pristine the water is. Wow, it's incredible, no, the color. That is quite special. Yeah, it is quite special. I think it will be amazing to visit in winter, when there will be nobody. The lake might be frozen. I think the color will be the same. There might be snow around. It should be incredible. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Now I'm a little bit ahead of the pack. I'm kind of on my own. Oh, there you go. One more lake. The river flows into another lake over here, and it might even be more beautiful than the other one. No, the other one is special because it has all these fallen trees. This one I think doesn't have that, and because it's all transparent, you can see everything all the way to the bottom, and it's quite special to see all the shades, all the shapes, all the objects in the water. You can get a glimpse of that here as well, but this one is just more purely blue. Yeah. It's equally pristine though, equally transparent. Okay, Pearl Show Waterfall. This is the one of the places I wanted to visit. So I guess this is it. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Calm, peaceful. I wonder which way is the way. Is it down there? Wow, it goes everywhere. It's everywhere. It's pretty cool. See, the entire slope here is a waterfall. It's all an inundated area. That's quite unique, isn't it? Such a, such a How do you have water everywhere? So strange, no? How is it not concentrating in one valley, like small valley? That's pretty cool. I do like that. Quite unique. And it's not a gigantic waterfall that's very, roaring, thundering, a million cubic meters per second. It's just a very, very calm, and literally you can lie down and enjoy a summer day in the water. Fortunately, probably you cannot, but the idea is nice. Oh, that's pretty insane. It's everywhere. What kind of an ecosystem is that? I don't think I've ever seen something like this. There's literally water everywhere. It's not a river, it's not a lake. How do you call that? It's not really a waterfall either. That's quite special. That is quite special. And it all goes under the planks over here. That's pretty cool. I like that. Pretty sure you can drink this water. I'm actually thirsty, that's why I'm saying it so much. I already drank one. I have one more, and I have a bottle of juice, and then I have some other drink. I think that should be enough. Look at that. Pretty cool, no? That's pretty cool. I wonder how this changes with the change in seasons, if the colors or the amount of water changes, or it's more or less like this always. I saw some snow in the mountains around, so I would guess that, you know, when those start to melt, the water will increase. I wonder if in summer it stops. That would be interesting to know as well. Oh, maybe this is the waterfall. You know, there you go, yeah. Pearl Shoal waterfall, 5 meters to the right. That's funny. 5 meters exactly. Here you go. Here you go. A waterfall. Pearl Shoal. I guess it bears the name from the shape of the rocks. It looks like clams, like seashell. That's a cool spot. That's a cool spot. Nice and fresh. Let's go get a bus to the next destination. That's the Nurilang waterfall. It's one of the areas that I also believe are a highlight here. Though I think right now it is indeed still the off-season, so the water is quite low. And there's not much thundering roar happening. Oh yeah, not that special at the moment. It seems like we're going exactly to that village. It's about the houses in each village. Each house in the village. Tree foresters, the buildings, livestock. Tibetan, this is Tibetan environment. Tibetan villages as well. Yeah, I think it'll be more interesting to listen to it and understand than... Yeah, anyway. Going down the bus. This is the other arm of Jiuzhaigo Valley. And Yeah, I don't like this at all. It's not at all my cup of tea. Let's take a look at the lake at least. Okay, nice lake. I think on the map it looks like a giant people with umbrellas and so not nice to be here. Sorry about complaining. I don't like it. I don't like to be like this. It's just my honest first reaction to being here. It's just lots of people. It's to be expected. The mountains are beautiful. But yeah, I think I've been around quite perhaps even more beautiful places. So colorful pond, toilet. So it's funny because if you look on the map, let me show you. If you look on the map, you see where we are? All this looks like a glacier. I thought this would be a glacier, it's just a giant lake. But I thought it might be, maybe it freezes at some point. You see? And it becomes a big blob of ice. Which would be cool to see, but I guess it's already spring, so it's melting. So now we're going for perhaps one last walk. I don't know exactly what's going on and why there's so many buses parked like that. Might be because I don't know. So here you can take a look exactly about the effect of the glacier. The entire valley is shaped by a glacier, glaciation, glacial movements. That sounds pretty cool. Glacier. It's an entity in itself. Big mass of ice. In a way, becomes a thing of its own, moving down the valley and reshaping everything. That's pretty powerful, isn't it? This is a bit about the village that we might see on the way. Zichuan village. I think you can stay there somewhat informally. Yeah. Colorful pond. Long lake. Long lake. Okay, so that at the top was the long lake. I didn't spend much time there. Maybe there's a way to walk around it, but there were just a lot of people, so I came back. Maybe I shouldn't have. I don't know. Point is, I saw another great lake that I really want to go to now because I think it's one of the highlights and I didn't see it on the map. I just want to go there. Oh, okay. There is water. Okay, not bad. At least we didn't come for nothing. It looks pretty nice. I think it's deeper than the other one, so the water progresses from bright blue-green into a deep one in the middle. It's just a small pond. I think, it's a bit of a... It's quite embarrassing to have so many people looking at, a bit of water over there. Isn't it? It's just a little... Everything can attract attention. Some incredible places in the world that nobody knows about, nobody visits. But then a small pond like this, and look how many people there are around, including yours truly. There you go. I will not stand in the way of their pictures. So much effort to come and see this. Well, it's nice and beautiful. Blue, pristine, clean. Let's get out of here. Colorful pond. Oh, so we are at 3,000 meters. Smallest and most colorful lake is known as the Eye of Jiuzhaigo, benefiting from underground flow. The water does not freeze in winter. Sunlight, algae, traveling, and other factors contribute to its gorgeous coloring. That's cool to know. So it comes from it's like a spring, basically, and it doesn't freeze in winter. That's pretty cool. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. It's a little, yeah, you can tell. It's very dry. Water is very, very low. For some reason, I guess it's frozen, right? Up in the mountains. The form of ice, and it hasn't melted yet. We are a little early. Anyway, bye bye. These red trees are quite special. I think they might be the ones that we saw on the sign that are unique to this. They're unique to China and maybe unique to this valley. But I don't know, maybe not. There's quite a few of them. You can see. Oh, dry. They appear dry. Maybe they're changing their skin like a snake. And they will be reborn from underneath. Yeah, you can see there's quite a few red trees. Also, this is some good exercise for the legs, you know, for the knees in particular, because I'm sitting for so long on a motorcycle every day. So that's good. Okay, there's a bit more information here. National Nature Reserve, Kissing Exploratory Jiuzhaigo Biosphere Reserve, National Geopark, National 5A Tourist Attraction. That's the evolution of Jiuzhai Valley. Oh, it has some golden monkeys, precious animals and plant resources, such as giant pandas, aimed to protect rare animals such as giant pandas and golden monkeys. Are there giant pandas here? Are there really giant pandas here? I would doubt that. That must be the village over there. There's a Chawa village. Probably you can stay there if you really wanted to stay here. I think some people do that. And that way you can spend 2 days for free, second day for free inside. Okay, it's about 3 o'clock now. I was already here before and I missed a place that I really liked. So I'm going back pretty much the same way. This waterfall we saw earlier. I think this is a shortcut down there, yeah. And I'll continue walking by a giant lake. I think probably the highlight of the entire place, the entire park, which I didn't stop at because I took a bus earlier. So now over the next couple hours I'll walk around it and hopefully enjoy the walk. Shishi. This lady is waiting for us patiently to pass. There's the waterfall, the nicer one. You know what? I'm curious. I do want to try a little bit of that water. The taste is perfect. No taste at all of anything that is unnatural or unpleasant. I think pretty much all this water is as clean as you can get it in nature, right? Otherwise, that's the whole point of the entire place here, that it's pristine. It's pretty nice. It's quite unique. Everything is soaked in water here, muddy. You have the trees growing in between. Unique environment. Not on this side, no, on this side that's the limit of the water. Barely on the limit. Maybe this also floods when there's more water, because now I think it's off season. The waterfalls the lakes are very low, far from full. Probably in the summer. I read earlier in one of the signs that in the summer, that's rainy season in the summer. So I guess all this will be full, lots of water. Also all the ice will have melted. Okay. I took a path that nobody else seems to be taking. So let's see where it goes. This river down there is flowing into the main lake. It's a beautiful lake, and I'm excited to just have a nice walk around it all the way down. I hope I can take that path that's towards the mountains, not the one by the road. So it should give for an even more pleasant experience, hopefully. So let's see. What are these nets over there? Is that to protect visitors from giant pandas? Or the giant pandas from visitors? That's pretty cool. I'm literally on my own right now in Jiuzhaigo National Park, following the river. The river goes into the lake, so there's no missing it. Shuttle stop, Porshol waterfall. Alright, well, I think that's where everybody is, and we're going to go this way. The river here is getting a little wider, fuller. That's a nice bench, perfect for a stop and a snack, but I'll explore a little more. I'll show you on the map. Look, that's where we are. Can you see? So that's where the path is going. There's this path that goes this way straight, and there's a big lake all the way down to this point. So that's where we are right now, and that's what we want to do. I think there's one guy behind me. He's not catching up, giving us some privacy. But yeah, this is pretty nice here. I think this path in particular, it looks a bit more like the way I like it. You know, less regulated, less fences, and just commune with nature. Barbaris amurensis. What is that? Oak. Oh, it's an oak tree. I love oak. It's my favorite tree. Yeah, these are oak leaves. There's some oaks in addition to other types. I mean, per this could be a walk anywhere, right? It's quite normal, but happens to be quite special here in China. I think I see many different types of trees coexisting. This is an oak, I think. This is a birch, isn't it? And I think soon the lake should be opening up before us. Let's see. Okay, so you can still hear the river a little bit. I think this is the last part where the river flows into the lake. and I can see it through the trees a little bit, the beginning. So it's about 2-3 kilometers, so it's a very big lake. It's going to be a long, nice walk, and you're welcome to join me. What does this say? Sorbus pohuashanensis. The bark is used as medicines for relieving cough and expelling phlegm, and the fruits are used for making wines, jams, and fruit vinegars. Nice, so this is edible. How nice. This knowledge is so valuable. To know what plants you can eat, what trees have what qualities. Look at that. I've never seen this type of leaves before. Quite beautiful. And there's the lake over there, you see? This is the beginning. It's a bit muddy, but then it gets deeper and deeper and bluer and bluer. There you go. And I'm happy that you can take this path, because on the other one by the road I saw quite a bit of, quite a few people earlier. I think now it's almost nobody, because people are going, they're eating, they're resting. I think they're leaving already, so it's not crowded anymore. But on this side in particular, I think it's even less. So basically we are on our own in Jiuzhaigo. Let's see if we can find some nice spot, and I'll have a short break as well, get some food, drink a bit, some nourishment. This is a very nice path here, through the woods, by the lake, very calm. Yes, very enjoyable. So, in theory, I saw it in one of the signs, in these woods you have golden monkeys, special, never seen one in person, but you also are supposed to have giant pandas. There's one lake that's called Bamboo Arrow Lake, or something like that, which is I think further down, or further down the valley. And maybe that bamboo there is what pandas like to eat, but yeah, it's hard for me to imagine pandas living here with all the people during the day. But as a friend said, maybe at night is completely different. People leave at 5 o'clock and it becomes completely pristine, natural environment, almost no human presence, except 1 or 2 villages, so 1 or 2, maybe a few hundred people probably stay at home as well. And maybe it's then, when you have all the pandas, probably not that many, if any, maybe then they descend from the mountains and they go drink water to the lake, snack on some bamboo. Who knows? I don't really know. I can hear a drone. I think drones are prohibited. But yeah, you cannot see much from the lake actually. On the other side you can see more of it if you will walk by the road, but I guess it's also nice. I am liking this. There's a small shelter or something like that over there, a structure somebody built. Might be for fishing, might be, there's some things left there, some boxes, some red colored items that are not natural for sure. And yeah, you can see here, it's very beautiful. I wonder how close I can get to the water. See the trees floating. Yeah, the view is not amazing from here, I think. Maybe it's better on the other side if you walk by the road, but at the same time it's nice through the forest, away from the trucks, from all the buses. Still, I'll try to find some nice spots, some clearing. Look, that's pretty cool. It's a big lake. I think it's quite deep as well. There you go. It's a nice spot over here. There's some snow up there in the mountain. Apparently we're not very high. This is about 2,000, less than 3,000 meters, so we're not high at all compared to the places I've been over the last week or so. Let's keep on going. It's beautiful color. Okay, I think now we're going to find a very nice spot over here. It's literally next to the lake. This is a deeper lake, a bigger one. The water is more turbulent. That's a cool tree over here. Oop, careful, careful. It's funny how everything is untouched. The trees fall in the river, in the water, and they stay there forever. Some people on the other side. Hey, I think this is a cool spot for a bit of a picnic, no? I think this is as cool a spot as any. Yeah. Literally on our own. Okay, nice. So this is what I brought with me for today. A bit of meat. There's a drone flying. Can you hear it? It's a drone flying there. A bit of more meat. A bit of additional meat. Some chips. A bit of juice from before. I have some yogurt I had with me for a few days. And then, I have so much food. I have a few eggs and a bag for the trash, of course. So that's what we're going to spend the next half an hour or so with. This is a good spot. This makes, I think, everything else, or rather the entire experience, worthwhile. I'm enjoying this. And the sun is in the sky, the snow is in the mountain, trees, water. Beautiful. Have you ever peeled an egg with one hand? That's exactly what I'm attempting now. Not with much success. Yeah. I think there is a reason why we have two hands, isn't there? I've been sitting here for maybe 15 minutes or so. And these are the first people, these two girls, who come this way. There's two more over there. Okay, so I'm not alone. Not entirely alone. Oh, wildlife. There you go. A little bit of wildlife. A beautiful bird. I wonder what else is there. Birds, some singing. That's all so far. I think this particular lake, it's quite full, right? I don't think this one can get much fuller than that. It's beautiful. This is the largest one I've seen here, except the one at the top of the mountain with the horde. Nah, I shouldn't say these things. But with all the tourists that we saw earlier when I arrived at the other arm of the Y-shaped structure of the valley. By the way, I was thinking just now, is Loch Ness similar? I know it's much bigger, but is it also as pristine as this? I know it's also very deep. People were trying to find Nessie there with sonars, and one of the difficulties was because it's very deep, right? It's large and deep. It's difficult to scan. But I wonder if it's as clean as this. It just came to mind, Loch Ness. That's a beautiful, beautiful blue. Beautiful, beautiful blue. Look at that. That's a big lake. It's probably very cold. I wonder how it will feel to swim in it. Probably very... like if you are swimming in Kashmir. What is that material that all the princesses and queens used to have that's very light, very soft? You know which one I mean? Look at that. How it's growing over there. It's a piece of land at the end of that tree. It's become a small island. Here you have something similar as well on top of the tree. A small ecosystem of its own. That's pretty nice. The word I'm thinking about is koprina. Koprina in Bulgarian, but I have no idea in English. It's very, very fine, soft, delicate texture. Very queen-like, princess-like. How is this tree? That's so funny. Let's keep going. Chigashushima. Camera. Color so blue. I think it has to do something with the refraction of light, right? So light refracts. It travels through a medium, through water. So some of the colors disperse or become affected by the refraction coefficient of water molecules. It's similar to the atmosphere and how it becomes blue when light travels through it, bluish. Is it the same principle? Maybe it's different medium, different molecules, but I think that's probably the reason. There's a scientific explanation of it, but yeah, very inaccurate. I'm not sure exactly why. I just appreciate how beautiful it is. Blue water, and this is as blue as it can get. Blue and green, and yet transparent and clean. That's a big lake, big lake, big lake. I'm looking for pandas as well, but I don't see any yet. I think it would be a very, very... Do you think anybody ever in the history of this park, for the last 50 years or so, since it was established as a natural preserve, as a national park, anybody ever actually saw a panda here? I would so not expect that. Yeah, it's a deep lake. Look at that. Here and there trees fall and they form their own small islands. That's so cool to see. You see that? This is so nice. So these trees have been like this for a long time, decomposing but also not, providing a solid foundation. There's some really sticking down. How curious. This is pretty cool. Literally go on top of it. I think if you go, I don't know if it can hold you or not. I'm curious to know. I think the lake is coming to an end here. Aha, okay. So from here the lake goes down, and that's the other section. There was a highlight, the waterfall, but it was very minor. So I don't know where all this water goes to. It's a lot of water. Let's see. Oh, there's a lot of trees in the water. That must be a paradise for fish and tortoise. Right, all these trees. Must be so nice to navigate for an aquatic creature. And here it starts to trickle down into a different habitat, a different system. I think here it kind of progresses into a river, a series of ponds, and then into a river that flows there's a lot of metal protection installations over there in parallel to this path. I wonder what they are. I guess it's for, usually this type of installation is for rockfall, to protect you from rocks, and maybe that's the case as well, especially when it rains. I would imagine that the land can become quite unstable. So yeah, you see here the lake suddenly becomes quite shallow, series of ponds, but lots of rocks and plants. Oh, that's pretty beautiful here. Look at this pond. Do not want to go and swim in there. Just jump head first. Don't even drink from it. Oh, my jacket is about to fall. Alright, well, that's about it. The lake is over. There's a marshland or something like that here, with lots of aquatic loving trees, bushes. Not sure how to categorize those. But yeah, I'm on my way to the main transport hub, where I'll catch the bus out of the park, and I think that will be it for today. An enjoyable walk. An enjoyable walk. Caution, falling rocks. Yeah, it makes sense. So they put all the nets out there to protect. And you also have it in Tibetan. That's pretty nice. I like that. How is the water so clear? That's something I don't understand. Like, why is it so crystal clear? What is different about it here than in other places? Because you see, it goes through mud, it goes through all kinds of vegetation, and yet it's perfectly clear everywhere. In the lake, here in these small ponds formed by the stream, everywhere you look, it's perfectly clear. I don't know if you can see through the reflection, but almost unnatural. Are we such a big factor in polluting rivers and lakes? That's a nice walk here. I'm really liking it. Oh, there was a bit of wildlife, but I couldn't capture it. It looked like a weasel, a big weasel. Gray and black. Brown, gray and black, something like that. Oh, and it was just here next to the girl. I don't know if you saw it between the trees, very vaguely. Shy animal. Anyhow. Rhinoceros Lake. What is that? Another fence to keep the pandas away. That's a nice walk. Very enjoyable. Asser Davidi French. Okay. This here. This must be Rhinoceros Lake. I think there's some bamboos around. No, this is Rhinoceros Lake, so this is not the bamboo lake. Yeah, I don't know, but it's a big one, it's a beautiful one as well. We wish to do a hike on this path. Indeed, that over there is Rhinoceros Lake. It's another big lake, but I will not spend too much time on it. Instead, I'm curious about this. Look at that. This is a Tibetan heritage here. The Tibetan influence. All this here appears to have pure spiritual significance. It's not a water mill, it's not producing anything. It's just, it has spiritual meaning to the people who build it. Water prayer well, there you go. Okay, there's some more information here. Minor prayer, fire prayer, wind prayer. There's the firelight. Yung Drungbon, which holds that everything possesses a spirit and water prayer is one of the methods of prayer. That's cool. Jiuzhaigo Buddhists. That's a cool path. I wonder if I can go that way. Tiger Lake. Tiger Lake this way, Tiger Lake that way. Shall we go that way and explore on our own? I think I have about half an hour. I don't know how long it is, but hopefully it will be enough. Let's give it a try. It's funny, these plants, how they grow surrounded by water like that. The trees, types of trees, even a pine over there. It's very much a mangrove in sweet water. Very cool. And look, the water is as clear, as clean, as transparent as everywhere else. It's hard for me to understand how this is possible. Okay, Tiger Lake, Rhinoceros Lake. Let's go this way. No entry? Yes, entry, because it's open. So let's go and see. This is the beginning. This is Tiger Lake, also very full. So basically the lake above and this one, they're both fed by the water from the one above, Long Lake, where I had my small picnic. Look, it's also as blue as, I don't know what, emerald, as blue as a sapphire. Sapphire is more different blue, right? More sky blue. This is more, I don't know, turquoise. I guess that's why you have this name, this color. And if I'm not mistaken, a friend told me yesterday that this same river that feeds all these lakes, it leaves the valley and is indeed the one that goes through the town where I was yesterday. So I will pay some attention to that now as well. I think I saw a tiny squirrel. It's hiding. It's on the other side of the tree. That's what they do. That's how they hide. Oh, a bit of wildlife. Yeah, it's a beautiful lake. Wow, this is even bluer than the one above, isn't it? Look at the color. Wow. It's truly beautiful. This makes me want to visit Switzerland. Do you think I'll make it all the way to Switzerland with the motorcycle? That would be something, wouldn't it? That would be something. Look at this color. It's truly wonderful. It makes me smile. I hope it makes you smile as well. It's quite special. Look at that. Intense blue. Almost unnaturally blue. And yet transparent. Wow. Beautiful. And the lake as well. Unexpected. Here's one more. Or maybe it should be expected, because that's what water does, right? It flows and then it concentrates whenever there is an open space like this. Look at that, how it floats. That's cool. Somehow it has an effect on you, this water, like this. Seeing it, hearing it, the taste of the air. I guess you come out of here a little different. Maybe that's ultimately the value of Jiuzhaigo Valley. Shrubs or small trees, 5-10 meters tall. 10 meters is not a small tree. Fruit. Aromatic oil in food and cosmetic industry. Raw materials of medicine, very helpful in expelling wind damp, dissipating cold, swelling pains, and promoting digestion. Okay, another edible fruit. That's so cool to know. The world is full of wonders. Oh, look at this. That's pretty cool. The world is full of wonders. I think that's the lake. Sorry, that's the village. On the other side, one of the villages at least. You can see the many stupas up there, adorning the road. A few houses here by the river as well, which is quite nice to see. Special. The path continues further down. I'm not sure if to continue because it's getting a little late. And Shuzheng watermill, Rhinoceros Lake, stop, sparkling lake. Okay, one more lake down here. It's kind of infinite, no? Sparkling lake. I'm not sure when is the last bus to go to the exit. It's about 15 kilometers away, so you do need a bus to go out. Pretty nice. I don't know, should I continue or not? Let's see what these guys do. And they're also wandering. Look at that. How cool is that? pretty cool. And I would guess that this is the water mill. Not functional anymore. Here we have some more wisdom. Some more local authenticity. And this building is still standing apparently. The entire building is above water, you can see. And there's the mill. It doesn't spin anymore. But it used to. It has stones on the roof. That's funny. That's a special place. Down this path, further straight forward, there's another village. So maybe we can take a look. Oh, I think it's the one up there. Yeah, it must be the one up there. Jiuzhaigo. And you can stay if you really wanted to. But not very legally. Made it to the top. That's the village on the other side. Lots of cars. Lots of life. There's some viewing platform up there, but honestly I can imagine the view. It very much looks like accommodation, right? However illegal, I'm sure there's quite a number of people staying here, and that way you can spend a few days here. It's probably worthwhile if you like water and trees and lakes, but also a little commercial, right? No, it's the most authentic, secret, beautiful place you can find. Oh, there's a tiny goat over there. It's a real one. It's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And that up there is the viewing platform. Jiuzhaigo Lakes. And this is what the view is. Oh, that's pretty cool. There's a path on the other side. Some people there. That's pretty nice. Sure, it's a nice walk. This is not a viewing platform, but it's also quite nice. Look at the dark blue. I mean, yeah, of course, the lakes also change color as the day progresses, right? So now they're dark blue. It might also be a deeper section here, so that of course also is a factor, but I can see the different colors. So, what is Jiuzhaigo? Before that, what is that up there? Something like a wall. Looks like a wall. That's the wall of the village. Interesting design. So what has Jiuzhaigo been for me today? Keywords: lakes, waterfalls, mountain, clouds, sky, the sun, a bit of snow. Some people on the other side still. I think this is a lovely walk here. Definitely worthwhile if you ever visit. Maybe I will do a couple things differently. I think these walks, this is probably the best thing to do. I think it was a waste of time today to go to the other side, the other arm. There was nothing for me there. So if I could do this again, I would probably maybe walk all the way from the highest point of this section all the way down, and you chose these paths between the legs. I think that would be awesome. Another thing I might consider doing is get shoes that have these roller blades integrated inside the shoe, and just click, and then you can just slide your way down. Of course you have to be, experienced with that, skilled, so you can control yourself. That would be pretty cool because it's all the way down. The bus takes you all the way up, and it's just downhill. And I think it will be very enjoyable to skate down these roads. And maybe on the other side, on the path as well. There's stairs here and there, but other than that, it's quite accessible, rollerbladable. So this might be something that potentially could be done. Other than that, it's been a nice day. I've enjoyed it. Well, one other thing I would recommend doing is to come with a friend, if you have one. I think it might make a difference to hang out. It will slow you down, you know, if you want to just enjoy your time. You will not be able to see everything. There's no way to see it either way. There's just a lot. It's many kilometers, many lakes, many paths. You cannot go everywhere. But still, I think, yeah, there are different ways of doing this, of enjoying it. The color of the water is truly amazing. Look at that. It's just, how is it so blue? I don't really know. I still don't know. How is it so dark blue? Do you think they put some dye in it to keep it blue? It's a joke. That's a bad joke, okay? Of course not. And yet it kind of looks like, look how blue it is. I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but it's incredibly blue. Sleeping Dragon Lake, 24 meters deep. Okay, maybe that's why it's very deep. Giant reclining dragon. Milky yellow travertine structure. There's the yellow part over there, which resembles a dragon. To leap up and fly away. Okay, that's pretty cool. Did you read it? There's the Dragon Lake. It's very, very blue. 20 meters deep. Really? That is very deep. The people on the other side, I wonder what they're thinking, because I think soon, maybe they're the same as me, because literally I am walking as well. I think there will be no buses soon, but there's guys behind me as well. Well, in any case, I plan to get a bus at the next stop, and that's a cool section here. Don't you want to just jump over there? Just jump and not drown. Yeah, that water is quite special. Alpine environment. It's funny that this word exists, right? After the Alps, Alpine. I guess they set the standard of beauty and pristineness. Look here. It's just marvelous. I just want to jump. I just want to jump in there. Look how blue it is. How is it so blue? That's extraordinary. It's really extraordinary. I don't want to look at it anymore because it's just too much. Let's just continue walking and go get the bus somewhere. Okay, a little more. Look how blue it is. A little more, because I just cannot. I cannot resist. Especially now because I am alone. And here the visibility is extraordinary. Look at that. With a big rock in the middle. That's truly gorgeous. It's a bunch of fish. Tiny little fish over there. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it leaves me speechless, to be honest. It's just so blue. Blue, that is also a keyword of the day. Blah blah blah. This is a few meters deep at least. Climb here, and from here, if you jump hard enough, you can jump in the deep water over there. I think that will be a lot of fun to do. Maybe back in the day that's what the Tibetan kids did here, before it became protected area and restricted for such activities since then. Okay, let's go and get the bus. I think it's about time, huh? Let's do that. More. A little more. This has an interesting formation. It looks a bit like a hole, especially there in the middle. And the blue dust stand out, especially much now with the white around it. Pretty cool. Where is the bus stop? Well, I think this is also a sign that they can get much deeper than this, right? 1-2 meters under the maximum level. You can get an idea of what lies at the bottom of the lake. What type of rock is that? Sandy. I don't know how it's called in English. Varovic. It's in Bulgarian. My father will know. He's an expert on this. Geology. There's the bus station over there, or the bus stop. And here I think you have maybe one of the last lakes in this chain. It seems like the water is not flowing out anywhere from here, and you can just see both the bottom over here, and also some of the water. This one is particularly clean. There's no trees, nothing inside. It's just blue water and rock. They might be so nice to swim in there. I'm sure the local Tibetan kids in these villages, if they maybe in the off season, I don't know, I guess there's people always here, but maybe a few generations back they used to do that, right? Swim in those lakes. Of course they used to. Of course. This one is quite low, 2, 3, 4, 5 meters low, below its maximum, which is up to here, all the way here. Yeah. Let's see if we can make it to the bus. I think not this one, maybe. So people are dropping from the bus and walking somewhere. Let's see what is in the sign. Double Dragon Lake shuttle stop. Okay, let's go there. Let's check it out. This is the Double Dragon Lake, I guess. That was cute. It looks like a happy family. Happy mom, happy daughter, and happy dad. For sure. Okay, well, I think maybe this is about it. Lake here, lake there, lakes everywhere. That's a cool tree. Touch for luck. That's how it works, right? Touch for luck. And this one, third is the luckiest. Alright, now we can go. Now we can go. What is all this vegetation around the river? I am in the bus at last, on my way out. His mum was running with her stroller and her baby. There's lots of people walking.
各位
游客朋友，前方呢即将到达的是盆景滩，有没有需要下车的？盆景滩有下吗？车辆到站停稳之后，携带好自己的随身物品，再依次下车。下车之后，就沿着旁边的步行栈道游览。游览结束之后，原路返回坐车，就可以前往景区出口了。
I think I made maybe not a mistake,
需
but
要下车的，携带好自己随身物品啊。车辆到站停稳之后呢，再依次下车。
it's possible to visit
盆
without
景滩到了。
buying a bus ticket. And I think some of the people are walking because they don't have. But I don't think so because they're not checking tickets in the buses. Everybody's just walking in.
上车往车厢里边走，前后都有位置的啊！上车赶紧找位置坐了。
I guess it's just nice to walk around. And with this, 谢谢，大西的嘞。We conclude our day off in Jiuzhaigo National Park.